Hello, my name is Matt McKinnon, and tonight on Four Corners we're joined by special guest spokesman from Team MONASH, Kaine McNamara. He and his team have implemented an accounting system in a third world country. And first of all, what are your main objectives and how do you plan on improving the current system?
Hi Matt, thanks for having me. We plan to improve the system by focusing on three main areas. First of all, we aim to maximise the amount of limited resources available. Secondly, we aim to reduce the amount of theft in the hospital. And finally, we aim to implement a new and improved payment system that will cope with the upscaling of production.
Sounds like you've really covered all bases, but let's talk about the highly publicised issue of theft. How is it that you intend to reduce the amount of stolen drugs from the hospital with this new accounting information system?
We intend to outsource the delivery of the drugs. This will utilise the great infrastructure that we have around us despite being in a remote location, and this will even mean that the waiting time to receive the drugs will not be that long. Additionally, the staff member will be in charge of storing the drugs in a secure location within the hospital. Each day estimates will be made to ensure that only the right amount of drugs will be taken out of the storage unit, and this staff member will be individually responsible for dispensing the drugs throughout the hospital to make sure that they are only going to the people that most need them.
Could you please outline how such an extensive system is going to be implemented into a hospital with such limited resources? I'm particularly interested and concerned about the level of trust placed in individual employees. How are you going to combat this?
Looking at it from an optimist perspective, I say we have 4 very capable staff members, and through the separation of duties, we should be able to have great control over the internal processes. In regards to the employee in charge of dispensing the drugs and storing the drugs, I do know that this is a lot of trust that's being placed in them, and therefore there will be a lot of processes put around this employee to ensure that they do not exploit this trust. Another staff member will be in charge of making orders for the drugs and also ensuring that inventory is replenished when necessary. This staff member will also make sure that any outliers or spikes in consumption, in particularly with painkillers, are brought up with management. The accountant will also ensure that all orders are reconciled, and when they eventually arrive at the hospital, that the correct amount is received. Therefore, any differences between the original order should be brought up with the logistics company, as they are liable for this. Finally, the office manager will authorise all transactions. This will ensure that there is an oversight and everything that happens within the internal processes, and make sure that any issues are dealt with straight away. They'll also have great ongoing discussion with the other employees to ensure everything is made aware of.
Now that we have all the most important issues covered, let's talk about what is your proposed expenditure system.
We believe that the expenditure system should be a just-in-time system.
What are the reasons behind using the just-in-time system?
Yes, that is because we believe that the just-in-time system will enable us to not waste any of the valuable drugs that we receive. Additionally, we don't have the facilities available to us to be able to order massive amounts of inventory, and therefore the just-in-time system will allow us to only have small amounts of inventory at the same time. Adding to this, one of our strengths is, of course, the great infrastructure we have around our hospital. Therefore, combined with a reputable logistics company, we should be able to rely on orders when we need them, despite being in such a remote location.
Alright guys, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you for joining us on Four Corners. We'll see you next time.